Hi guys, it's Jaylight here, and today I'm going to be doing a new video for Jaylight. And I haven't been posting because my exams are going on, my midterm exams, and I'll be posting regularly after the 6th of May when it will get over. So for today's video, I'm doing a part 2 of things I hate about K-pop. This is not an unpopular K-pop opinions video. This is just some things I hate about K-pop, and maybe there are like 4 5 things I hate about K-pop, but I'll try to make my opinions about them really long and stuff. So I hope you enjoy the video, and I hope that you sub to me because I'll be releasing more videos soon after the 6th of May. And I hope that you are staying safe and keeping yourself safe from COVID because it's getting worse day by day. So please protect yourself, social distance, and stay at home. And don't only go out when necessary, and only go out if you are going to your family's house or something. So stay at home and take the necessary precautions. Let's get into the video. Before I begin, I just want to say if you hear any bird noises in the background, ignore it because I'm not a professional video or vocal editor, and I just edit using a video editor on my phone using the voice recorder that comes with the video editor because it's really good. So the first thing I hate about K-pop is that people don't appreciate ballad and more vocal based songs in the now generation of K-pop as K-pop fans did around second generation when like Tiara, 21, Sister and all these groups were promoting. So basically what I mean to say is that the now generation, the people who are listening to K-pop now, maybe the newer fans, they do not appreciate vocal based songs as much as they did in the past, and they look for more iconic, catchy, bop kind of songs. Like if you notice in second generation, there were songs like Ailey's Heaven, and then there were singers like Gina, and then if you look at towards 2015, 2016, 2017, like till then, there were songs like Red Velvet's One of These Nights and 21's Goodbye, which was their like disbandment song. And if you look at these songs, they were really highly viewed by people because people appreciated more vocal based and beautiful and ballad songs. But nowadays, people don't appreciate ballad songs and all as much. If you look at songs like Momoland Starry Night, that was a more vocal based and more calm and chill and more beautiful song. It wasn't as highly viewed as their songs like Ready or Not or I'm So Hot or Thumbs Up or Boom Boom or Bam. Like Boom Boom or Bam. Boom Boom and Bam is their most popular song, I get that. But like this Starry Night is not as much viewed as I'm So Hot or Thumbs Up. If you look at other songs like CLC's Where Are You or Diaz Hug You, I understand Diaz underrated. And also if you look at songs like Hwasa's LMM, like Hwasa's song Maria has passed 100 million plus views on Vanda K. But if you look at Hwasa's LMM, it hasn't even reached 10 million views yet on the official channel. So I'm really sad that ballads are not and vocal based songs are not highly viewed as much, and it kind of annoys me because I love more vocal based, more ballad, more chill and calm songs over girl crush or fun songs or you know um, angelic songs any day because I'm a singer and I like more vocal based songs so I can practice my singing with it, and I love singing along to more vocal based songs and songs that can have so much emotion to it, or songs that make me feel happy and songs that have beautiful amazing vocals to it. So it kind of annoys me seeing how people don't appreciate ballads or vocal based songs as much in the K-pop now as they appreciate, more bops, more iconic songs, more what you call it, catchy, upbeat, uplifting songs. I get it that ballad songs are more slow and more calm, and people look for something to make them dance and stuff. But it's good once in a while to appreciate a more beautiful song, a more calm song, and a more vocal based song, so people can at least have some emotion and feel something instead of just jumping around to songs like Kick It or God's Menu or Do 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 or similar songs like that are iconic and eye catching and boppy. So the second thing I hate about K-pop is calling an MV cheap. Now I use Yellowbee's dance practice video in the background of DVD because I watched Midnight Theory's video on Yellowbee's disbandment, and the reason for the disbandment was really heartbreaking. Even though I knew about the disbandment and how they disbanded, I still watched the video to get some background on the group and the members and stuff. So basically, people saw their debut song Hiccup and they criticize it, calling it cheap. It's kind of annoying when people call an MV cheap, because a lot of the small company girl groups now release MVs that are similar to groups in second gen who released MVs that were like just dance practice, meaning performance MVs with solo member scenes and stuff. And even though a lot of these groups were underrated, they still managed to get 2 million, 3 million, 4 million, up to 5 million views in second gen. But nowadays, people look at the quality of Blackpink, Red Velvet, Twice, BTS, EXO, and even smaller groups like Nature, Bandit, GWSN, Tri, and Rocket Punch and Lovelies, etc. And people look at these groups. They look at all these groups with amazing MVs, and they see how amazing the quality of the MV is, that they look down upon smaller company groups who actually try and make amazing MVs and songs. And the thing that annoys me is that people criticize girl group and boy group MVs, calling it cheap, calling it bad, calling it low quality, even though the song is amazing. And they don't realize that these groups are from small companies. These groups do not have the financial resources to make a good MV, and they try their best to make a good MV. And instead of criticizing them, the best thing to do is to give them tips on how to improve the MV. Even though they might not understand English and you don't understand Korean, you can use a translator, or you can find someone who knows English and Korean online and ask them to translate this for you in Korean, so that you can give helpful tips to the company on how to improve the MVs without spending that much money. A lot of small company girl groups and boy group channels, they like and heart every single comment from the people commenting, and so since they heart it, they can see your comment on giving them tips on how to improve the MV, and they can see it and they can improve the MV and get a better MV for in the future without having to spend much money. So please stop criticizing a girl group and a boy group, because a lot of these girl groups and boy groups come from small companies, and they don't have the financial resources that once they debut, it takes them almost about maybe 5 to 6 months, or maybe even a year or two, just to make another comeback, because they don't have the financial resources like Blackpink, Red Velvet, Twice to make a comeback like maybe 4 months after they first come back or something. Like how Twice makes 2 comebacks a year, these small company groups make comeback each one comeback maybe in a year, and then make the second comeback maybe 2 years later or maybe 6 months later, because they don't have the financial resources. Take a group like My Darling, for example. My Darling debuted with Dramatic in 2018, I believe, and then they made their comeback with Kung Chi Da in 2019. That's almost a whole year later. And then take a group like ICU, for example. They debuted under Liz Entertainment in 2019, and then now they're making a comeback in 2021. That took them almost a whole year and a half to make a comeback, because they form a small company, and a lot of small companies are facing hardships because of the pandemic and because of the fact that they're small and they cannot make a comeback. So seeing that ICU is making a comeback and the MV quality has gotten so much more better since Cupid is really amazing, and I really love the fact that they're making a comeback, and the MV quality is so much more better. The song already sounds so good from the teaser. And if you notice, there are a lot of small company groups who take months, even years to make a comeback, because they're trying to save up money. Floria, a group that debuted in 2020 with Chiri Chiri, is trying to make a comeback, I presume. I'm not sure, but they said they were making a comeback. Some Floria fans told me. And you notice they debuted with Chiri Chiri in 2020, in the first half of 2020, around like January, February, March, April. And now they're planning to make a comeback, and it's almost June of 2021, because the company is small. And instead of trying to criticize a group because the MV is cheap or because the MV is bad, you should give them helpful tips on how to improve, like use a translator if you don't know Korean, or ask someone who knows Korean and English to translate it for you. They'd be more than happy to help, so that you can help the company make better MV so that they can get more fans. Stop criticizing a group just because the MV is low quality, and stop saying that the MV is bad. The MV, every single K-pop MV is actually good. It just depends on how they make the MV, how they use the location they are at, and how they do different things. So that's why I'm trying to tell you is to stop criticizing girl group MVs just because you see higher quality girl group and boy group MVs, and just because you see how amazing those MVs are, that you end up criticizing small groups because the MVs are bad. None of the MVs are bad. They just need to know how to make the MVs work and how to do amazingly with their MVs. So stop criticizing a girl group and a boy group just because the MV is not up to your standards. You do not need to achieve high quality from every group. You just need to appreciate a song, appreciate an MV. Don't shit on groups just because the MV is bad quality. Please, just appreciate a group. Even if you don't like them and you don't want to stand them, that's fine. Just don't unnecessarily hate on them, calling the MV cheap and laughing at the MV or anything. Just appreciate them. Just give them tips to improve. Even if you don't like them, you can just help them improve, and you can get them more fans, promote them. Even if you don't like them, you can share them with your friends. Maybe your friends will like them. So stop calling an MV cheap, because it's honestly really bad and it's honestly really mean saying that an MV is cheap when it's actually not. So the third thing I hate about K-pop is when people call out a group because their concept or anything about them is similar to another group, and they think they're copying the other group when in fact they're not. Take Dollar for example. I used a dance practice in the background. So they are a Malaysian girl group that debuted in 2020, I believe. I don't remember the debut song name or anything. I don't follow them, and but I read news articles about them. So basically, what happened was Dollar got called out because they were copying Blackpink. I believe they were copying Blackpink because of the girl crush concept, I assume. But I've seen a lot of people say that that people were calling them out because they had four members like Blackpink. Like, I if they were copying because of the girl crush, then let me tell you something. Blackpink did not invent girl crush, first of all. There were a lot of groups doing girl crush before Blackpink. Not a lot of them, since girl crush wasn't a thing as much as doing EDM or sexy concepts back in second gen. But if you take songs like SNST's Catch Me If You Can, or 21's Fire, 21's I Am the Best. I'm not sure if these songs are girl crush, but they have the girl crush element to it. So if you take these kind of songs, then these were done before Blackpink. Then if you take songs that were released around the time of Blackpink's debut, like 4 Minutes Hate or 4 Minutes Crazy, then those were also girl crush concepts. And why are people calling out Dollar because they're copying Blackpink? If people called out Dollar, if people were calling out Dollar because they did girl crush, then why people aren't calling out Everglow or calling out CLC because they're also doing girl crush? Is it because that Dollar have the same amount of members as Blackpink? That's why you'll want to find a reason to call them out, because they're doing girl crush and because they have four members just like Blackpink? Is that the reason that you'll call them out in 2020? Like, I've seen a lot of news articles report on this, but they were not actually copying Blackpink. Just because they do a similar concept to a K-pop group doesn't mean they're copying them. K-pop is just Korean pop, and a lot of the songs are influenced by the West. But do you see Western artists calling out K-pop because they have a similar style or vibe? No. A lot of Western artists, they collab with K-pop because they can get fame from it, or they can get views and stuff and clout. But you're out here calling out Dollar because they have four members, because they do girl crush concepts, which is honestly so stupid. If you want to call out Dollar, then you should call out any other GG that does girl crush concept. You should call out Everglow, you should call out CLC, or you should call out other groups that do girl crush, ITZY too. Then why only call out Dollar just because they have four members and they're doing girl crush? It's honestly the most stupidest thing I've heard in history, and nobody should call out a group just because their thing is similar. If they're copying the MV, or if they're copying a song, or if they're copying a choreography or anything like that is super similar to another group, then I understand why you're calling them out. But if you're calling them out because of a concept and because of the fact that they have the same amount of members as another group, that's honestly stupid. If Dollar must have had their own style when they released the girl crush concept, when they released the song. As I said, I don't follow Dollar, so I didn't watch the MV or anything. Maybe I will, just to see if they're actually copying Blackpink or no. And even if they are doing a girl crush concept, you have no right to say that they're copying Blackpink. Just because Blackpink is the world's top GG doesn't mean that you have the right to call out a group just because they're similar to Blackpink. They have their own style and they have their own personalities, their own charisma. So stop calling them out. And I know this news was old, so people probably have forgotten about it by now. But I just wanted to talk about it because it's a thing that I hate in K-pop. People called out a totally different language music group because they had four members and they did girl crush. It was honestly the most stupidest thing I could read at the time when I read it. Please stop doing this to groups. Only do it if a song is similar, if a dance or MV is similar, if they purposely copied a group. Don't do it just because you want to hate on them for no apparent reason. Please stop, it's honestly stupid. So the last and final thing I hear about K-pop is when people, they check out a new group's debut, or they check out a group that they found by accident, or they check out a group that they never heard before, and then they don't like the song and go like, this is not my style and all, and then they end up not checking out future releases from the group after they debuted, or previous releases from a group that already debuted. And it annoys me because people, they base their assumptions off of one song, and they go and they think that the group's discography is bad, whether it's a boy group, a girl group, a duo group, a soloist, or a band, or anything in any sort of music. And then they go like, this song is not good, that they end up hating the song and hating the group based on that one song, and they end up going like, this is not my style, and then they don't check out future releases or previous comebacks or releases of a group, and they base their assumptions of that one song the group released. And it annoys me because I know there are a lot of fans that check out future releases of a group when they don't like a song, and they go like, this song isn't that great, but I will check out future releases to see if they're going to improve. Like me, I'll try to appreciate every single girl group. Like, I didn't like Weekly's Tag Me or Zigazag or Secret Numbers songs, Got That Boom and Who This as much, and I didn't like Asa and I song by Signature as much as Nanu Nana, but I ended up liking Hing Hing, that was Signature's B-side, Secret Numbers Privacy, which was the B-side that they released Dance Practice for, and Weekly's third comeback, that was Tiggy's third comeback, that was After School. It turns out that I never hated the groups entirely. I just didn't like the songs enough to, follow them as much. And then when they released these songs, I ended up liking them more. So I don't actually hate a girl group. I just wait for them to release better music. Take High Cutie for example. When I heard some of the songs, I didn't like them, and then I forgot them for a hot minute. And then when I heard the members' solo releases, meaning that the members release solo songs like Indie's Neverland and Young Jun Jeong's Yes or No, and another member, I started to follow High Cutie more, sub to the channel, and now I'm excited for the comeback they're making as a group tomorrow or on Tuesday. And I even have a bias now in High Cutie. Like, there are a lot of groups that have underproduced songs like Vizen's Between Us, and Episodes Open My Door, and Dustin's Burn, Horlicks's You Lie, My Darling's Dramatic, and Blighty's Thump Thump, and Like Me's Like Me, and a lot of groups that have underproduced songs, meaning that the vocals are not properly mixed in with the song. But a lot of these songs I mentioned, a lot of these songs I love, because even though they're underproduced, I still appreciate them and they're so amazing. So the thing is that people should learn to appreciate a group, and people should learn to not hate on a group, or dislike a group just based on one song, and assume that the group has bad discography or bad songs just because of that one song. So people should stop and learn to appreciate groups and be like, oh, the future comebacks or the previous releases might be nice, I should check out the other songs. They shouldn't just base their assumption that the group is bad because of one song they released. So people should start to like a group and check out more of their songs instead of basing the assumptions of a one song because the song was not up to their expectations of what they wanted in a song or what they like in a song, and it wasn't a concept they love. So people should just stop being mean to a group and actually check out other groups and do proper research on the group instead of basing their assumption off of one song. So guys, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope that you sub to me because I'll be releasing more videos soon. And I hope that the background noises didn't annoy you, because as I said, I'm not a good vocal and video editor, and I also try to drown out as much as the noise as possible by putting the fans off and closing the windows so that the noises get drowned out. And I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope to reach 100 subs before the end of 2021 and reach 1k subs in the coming years. And I hope that you have a great day, and you protect yourself and wash your hands daily and only go out when necessary. So thank you and bye, and cue outro.